Hello and welcome to another video. And before I get started, let me first say that I actually really like my Garmin Edge 830 and I'll be doing a review of it in the not too distant future, and I'm pretty sure that review is going to be overall fairly positive. But there are three things about it that really bother me, and I want to talk about those three things today. One of them is niggling and irritating. The second was perhaps just a one-off fluke that will never happen again. But the third is something I really wish that Garmin would sort out, because it's something pretty important to me and it's something that I think there should be easy solutions to. To explain the first issue, I probably should head about 10 kilometers in that direction. This stunning area is the Oak Ridges Moraine, and if you're a regular to my channel, you'll have seen me cycle here on numerous occasions. It's one of my favourite places to cycle, and it's an area that's really characterised by lots and lots of rolling hills. There are one or two longer hills, but most of them are these small undulations with pretty steep gradients. I'm about to go along a road here that's perhaps my favourite, and it just rolls and undulates the whole way, and you can do some pretty decent climbs and you can pick up some pretty decent altitude. So when I got this Garmin, I was really excited about the gradient function, because I wanted to know what gradient I was actually riding on. But anyway, let me hop on my bike and I'll take you along this road and I'll explain a little bit of an issue that I have. So as you can see, it's absolutely stunning, and these rolling hills are just beautiful to ride on. But here I am, I've just come down a hill and I'm just beginning to grind going up a hill, and apparently I'm going down a 2% incline. So yeah, there's a delay between what I'm doing and what it says on my Garmin. So I'm at the top of that hill. I'm just about to go downhill and I'm freewheeling up a 4% incline. Okay, and now it's caught up. So I've just stopped for a moment so I can kind of discuss that. So there's a 10 to 15 second delay between what it's telling me on the gradient and between what I'm actually doing. And so yeah, on these short up and downs, when I'm going down a hill, it shows for the first 10-15 seconds that I'm actually descending, and vice versa. Now eventually I know when I come to a hill, because I ride them so often, I know what the incline is going to be. And I'm not really a serious rider. I do 2 or 3 races a year. I did this last year, and I was pretty much a leisure rider in all of those, and I don't really do organised training. So for me, these things shouldn't be so important, but why do they niggle at me so much? I just really wish that it was contemporaneous between what I'm actually doing and what my Garmin is saying. So I don't know whether this is the same with all head units. From a couple of people I've spoken to, they claim that it's the same with theirs. I won't mention the brands. And just to kind of make things feel all a bit cleaner, I would love it if they could sort it out so that I actually knew what incline and what decline I was doing it as I was actually doing it. Now, in fairness to Garmin, this second issue is just something that I've experienced only once, and I'm pretty sure it was a complete fluke. But to explain it better, I want to go back to a bit of old footage of one of my previous rides. 25 minutes in and my Garmin finally acquired the satellites. So it's taken me 25 minutes to go 436 meters. So I'd done everything that you're supposed to do. My Garmin was fully updated and I remained in one spot for about 5 minutes before I just gave up and started cycling. And yeah, you can see that it is a little bit cloudy, the sun can barely poke through, but I would expect that it should pick up the satellites. Now, this is the only time this has happened, and I'm sure it will never happen again. At least I really hope it doesn't. So although I'm not really too serious about these problems. The final issue is something that I really wish Garmin would perhaps do something about, tweak their technology. And it's something that, I was going to say, excuse the pun, don't excuse it, proud of this pun, something that's close to my heart. I bought the Garmin because it is a brand that I trust. It's a brand I've used before, both as a cyclist and as a runner. And I specifically bought it with the heart rate strap in mind. And if you know anything about me, if you've watched my videos, or even if you just read what I call my channel, The Cardiac Cyclist, you'll know that always knowing what my heart rate is really, really important. So the strap itself seems to work fine, and the readouts seem to be pretty accurate. But I do have a real issue. There's a piece of technology that should be so simple, and it's not. There's no battery charge indicator light on the heart rate monitor itself, and the crazy thing is I have really cheap battery chargers from Amazon that do have lights on them. If I want to check on the health of my battery, I can go into the Connect app, and then I can look under Garmin devices and it will tell me all the sensors I have and what the battery life is there. But this is something I regularly forget to do, and so sometimes I'll start a ride and I won't have any clue if my battery is working or not. And then if I do need to change the battery, I have to remove these 4 tiny little screws, which is a really, really fiddly process, and you have to be really, really careful not to lose one of those screws as you're actually trying to replace the battery. On one occasion I'd driven quite a distance to a rail trail, and I got my bike out and I got the Garmin out and put the heart rate strap on to find that the strap wasn't actually working, that the battery had actually died, and there was no way there at the side of the trail that I was going to be able to replace the battery. So unfortunately I had to do that ride without a heart rate monitor. So there you have it, 3 minor little issues I have with the Garmin Edge 830. Nothing too earth-shattering, nothing too catastrophic even, because even the issue I have with the heart rate strap can be largely avoided through careful planning and preparation. But given the fact that it's a really competitive market, and the fact that the Garmin Edge 830 is not a cheap piece of kit, these are things that I would like to see solved. If there are solutions to these problems that I'm not aware of, throw a comment down below to let me know what I should be doing or how I can avoid these issues. Hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you something to think about, maybe something to disagree with me about. If you have, please remember to hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I shall see you on the next ride.